There's a land where the wild Atlantic breathes against the edge of time, where cliffs crumble into the sea and winds carry stories older than history itself. This is Massachusetts, a place where nature doesn't whisper, it roars. Here, every landscape feels alive. The cliffs of Aquinnah burn red beneath the last light of day. The dunes of Cape Cod move like living giants, reshaped by every gust of wind. Waves crash with the same rhythm that has echoed since the dawn of the continent. Follow the curve of the coast, from the raw, endless beaches of the national seashore to the granite headlands of Halibut Point, where the ocean pounds the rocks in a timeless duel of strength. Step into the forests of Blue Hills and Middlesex Fells, where silence has its own sound and every trail feels like a doorway into another world. Then move inland, where the air changes, where the restless ocean gives way to stillness and mystery. The Quabbin Reservoir stretches before you, vast and calm, but beneath its surface lie the drowned echoes of forgotten towns. In Purgatory Chasm, the earth itself has been torn apart, a scar from an ancient age of ice and fury. And beyond, in the far western horizon, rise the Berkshires, a world apart. Here, waterfalls thunder through emerald ravines, mist rolls over sleeping hills, and the air carries a different kind of quiet. From the ledges of Mount Greylock to the glimmer of Aquinnah Falls, this is nature at its most powerful, its most patient, its most eternal. Everywhere you look, the land tells a story, written not in words, but in stone, wind, and water. It's a story of creation, destruction, and rebirth, still unfolding, still alive. So come with us, across dunes and forests, cliffs and rivers. Feel the salt of the ocean on your skin, the echo of waterfalls in your chest, the hush of mountain air at dusk. Because what you're about to witness isn't just beauty, it's the soul of Massachusetts. This is Wonders of Massachusetts. The world is full of natural wonders. Don't just dream about them. Subscribe and see them here. At the westernmost edge of Martha's Vineyard, the land doesn't just end. It collapses into the sea in a spectacle of raw, geologic power. These are the Aquinnah Cliffs, a place of dramatic beauty and deep time. Carved by wind and the relentless Atlantic, their sheer faces reveal a story written in clay. Striations of oxblood red, chalky ivory, dark umber, and somber gray. A palette that shifts with every passing cloud and the final, fiery light of dusk. The colors seem to bleed from the earth itself. Above the churning chaos, the Gayhead Light stands its lonely watch, a beacon against the fogs and treacherous riptides that boil where currents collide. The lighthouse itself has been forced to retreat from the cliff's edge, a testament to the slow, unstoppable erosion that defines this coast. Here, you can feel the immense pressure of time. The cliffs are a living monument, constantly being unmade and remade by the patient, powerful hand of the ocean. Each layer of colored clay holds a memory, a silent witness to the island's long, dramatic story. It's a place where the Earth's past is laid bare, exposed to the sky and the sea. You move through a landscape written by ice. Boulder-strewn moraines and deep glacial kettles shape the path. A sandy track winding through wind-sculpted scrub oak and pitch pine. This is Menemsha Hills, a place of coastal uplands on an island edge. The air is thick with the scent of huckleberry and bayberry, a quiet stewardship protecting this fragile terrain. You feel the steady climb toward Prospect Hill, the island's second highest point. The trail breaks from the woods, and suddenly you are on the edge of a high clay bluff overlooking Vineyard Sound. On a clear day, the Elizabeth Islands are scattered like stones across the water, with Cuttyhunk marking the farthest point. You watch tidal flats shift and reshape themselves below. Gulls and ospreys riding the sea breeze. Deer tracks mark the dusty path. This is a place of sudden sun and thick fog, of summer heat shimmering off the colored clay and fierce winter gales blowing in from the Atlantic. You are standing on wind-bent high ground with the sea stretching out before you and the ice-written land at your back. Beyond the settled towns, where the land thins to a sliver of sand and defiance, lies a place of raw, untamed power. This is Cape Cod National Seashore. It's not a destination. It's a confrontation with the Atlantic itself. 40 miles of coast, where the ocean's breath is a constant presence, shaping and reshaping everything it touches. Here, the surf doesn't just crash. It thunders, a relentless drumbeat against the continent's edge. The dunes are alive, great golden beasts that creep and shift with the wind, swallowing entire roads and revealing the bones of forgotten shipwrecks. Henry David Thoreau walked this very shore, calling it a place of sublime solitude and ruin, where the sea claimed what it wanted. His words still hang in the salt-laced air. Feel the sharp drop at the cliffs of Marconi Beach, where the world falls away into a vast, churning emptiness. Stand at Race Point, where the horizon is a razor line drawn between water and sky, and you feel as if you've reached the very end of the earth. Out here, old lighthouses like Nauset Light stand as lonely sentinels, their beams slicing through the thickest fog. Their foundations threatened by the same migrating sands they were built to watch over. But the seashore holds secrets away from the roaring coast. Venture inland, and you find the silent, glassy surfaces of Kettle Ponds, Great Pond, Herring Pond, ancient scars left by retreating glaciers. These are dark, still mirrors reflecting wind-bent pitch pines and skies bruised with the colors of sunset. Nearby, the salt marshes of Eastham and Wellfleet glow, a labyrinth of tidal creeks breathing with the ocean's rhythm. You can almost feel the land inhale and exhale. Follow the trails of Great Island, a place that becomes an island only when the tide commands, its wildness dictated by the lunar pull. Lose yourself in the province lands, a Sahara of sand where dunes rise like mountains, sculpted by an invisible hand. When night falls, the spectacle transforms. The sky becomes a fathomless, star-lashed canvas, punctuated only by the mournful, distant call of a foghorn, a sound that speaks of isolation and endurance. It's a testament to the ocean's patient, relentless hand, a force that both creates and destroys with equal indifference. The seashore's timeless pull is the pull of the abyss, the raw beauty of a world in constant, dramatic flux, forever on the edge of becoming something new. There are places that feel like they belong more to the ocean than to the land. Sandy Neck is one of them. This is not just a beach. It's a 6-mile barrier of sand, a stark line drawn between the wild Atlantic and the calmer waters of Cape Cod Bay. Out here, the world feels elemental and raw. Bleached driftwood lies scattered like bones, and the dunes rise in great, sweeping forms, held together only by the thinnest strands of wind-bent beach grass. Behind this formidable wall of sand, a different world exists. A vast salt marsh winds through the landscape, its tidal creeks breathing with the ocean. At low tide, the flats gleam like polished mirrors, reflecting the immense open sky. Fog can roll in without warning, swallowing the horizon and muffling all sound except the distant, mournful cry of a gull. At the far end, the austere Sandy Neck Lighthouse stands as a lonely sentinel, a silent witness to the ever-shifting sands that threaten to reclaim it. Subscribe and journey with us to remote valleys, high peaks, and mysterious trails that most never dare to see. You step off the road and follow a sandy path, the noise of the world slipping away behind you. Pines and scrub oaks stand quietly around Hathaway's pond, their needles softening your footsteps. Blueberry and huckleberry bushes line the path, offering notes of green and blue among the leaves. The pond opens ahead, calm and clear, its shallows tinted the color of strong tea. Sunlight dances on the water, catching the backs of dragonflies as they pass. A turtle basks on a log, still and unhurried. Sometimes you hear the call of a loon out of season or see gentle ripples from fish below. In winter, a thin edge of ice forms along the shore, while the pines hold a deep hush over the scene. Morning brings a gentle light, and summer swimmers drift in quiet coves before the day comes alive. Here at the water's edge, time seems to pause. The pond offers a moment of quiet, deep and clear, held within a circle of trees. Follow a narrow path, a thread of land with water on both sides. To your right, the protected calm of Quisette Harbor, its boats resting on anchor. To your left, the wide, open expanse of Buzzards Bay. This is the Knob. You are walking a line between two worlds, through salt-stunted oaks and thickets of bayberry. The air smells of salt and warm pine. The path opens, and you step onto a small headland fortified by granite. The tide pulls at the seagrass below, and the shore is strewn with shells. You watch gulls and terns dive, and an osprey hunt over the bay. The sound is just the wind and the rhythmic wash of water against rock. You find a simple stone bench at the very end, a place to sit and watch the horizon. This is a pocket promontory that holds immense views. It's a place for sunsets that set the bay on fire, for the haze of a hot summer day, or the raw force of a winter gale. You are standing on a tiny edge of the coast that feels like the edge of the whole world. The air itself seems to vibrate. You feel the surge before you see it, the Atlantic lunging at the granite headland, spray misting the salt-scorched grass. This is Halibut Point, an unforgiving edge of the continent. The trail first reveals a surprise: the Babson Farm Quarry. Its sheer stone walls plunge into an unnervingly still, deep blue pool. A void of silence. Rusted derricks and old drill marks scar the rock, ghosts of the industry that tore this granite from the ground. You move past it, drawn toward the roar. Out on the ledges, the world is all motion. Waves batter the rocks, filling tide pools where periwinkles cling to life. A bell buoy clangs in the distance. The Isle of Shoals is a faint smudge on the horizon. Here, the quarry's deep quiet meets the ocean's relentless assault. One step separates two worlds. You stand on stone shaped by dynamite and tides, a precipice between human ambition and the sea's raw power. The ocean heaves, and you listen to it measure time, one crashing wave at a time. You leave the mainland behind, crossing a narrow causeway onto a peninsula that feels like a world apart. This is World's End. You are walking into a landscape designed for beauty, a place of rolling hills and sweeping views shaped by a master's hand. You follow the graceful curves of wide carriage roads designed by Olmsted as they crest a series of drumlin hills. The wind tosses the tall meadow grass, and lone oak trees stand silhouetted against the sky. Stone walls divide fields from the salt marsh, where tidal creeks snake toward the sea. From the rocky shoreline, you see the Boston Harbor Islands scattered across the water, with the city skyline hovering like a distant mirage. You feel the constant presence of the ocean. Gulls and ospreys ride the wind. The light changes from the sharp haze of summer to the crisp white of winter rime on apple trees. This isn't a rugged wilderness, but a curated landscape that has grown wild and free. From secret caves to magical beaches, we uncover it all. Click subscribe and travel with us. The sound of traffic fades behind you, replaced by the wind moving through tall white pines. At Norris Reservation, the path pulls you toward the water, past kettle ponds set back in the deep shade of hemlocks. Here, the first spring peepers call from the dark water, and in winter, thin sheets of ice cling to the banks. Boardwalks carry you out over tidal creeks and into the wide expanse of the salt marsh. The air changes, tasting of salt and river mud. You walk along the North River's edge, where an old boathouse stands weathered by the seasons. Gulls cry overhead, and a great blue heron lifts silently from the cordgrass. Across the water, a flag halyard taps against a distant mast. Everything here is governed by the slow breath of the tide. The river rises and falls, marking the passage of time not in minutes, but in the steady rhythm of moving water. You find a place to stand between the forest and the marsh and listen for the river to name the hour. Step off the pavement and onto a trail that feels miles away. Yet the city is just over your shoulder. This is the Middlesex Fells Reservation, a rugged landscape of granite and water tucked into the urban fringe. The path twists over glacially scraped stone, through stands of pitch pine and into cool, dark hemlock ravines. You are moving through a maze of rocky single-track and old fire roads. Water flashes through the trees, the wide expanse of Spot Pond or the quiet Fells reservoirs. You pass the remnants of old stone quarries and climb to a fire tower, where you might catch a glimpse of the Boston skyline shimmering in the distance. This is a place of deep contrasts. The summer heat shimmering off a bare ledge, the blaze of oak hills in fall, the sound of spring peepers rising from a hidden bog. Runners and riders share the trails, each finding their own path. At dusk, you might hear the call of an owl. This isn't a manicured park. It's a raw, complex piece of land ringed by highways. It's a place to find altitude, silence, and a surprising wildness just within sight of home. Some places aren't just geography, they're ideas. Walden Pond is one of them. This isn't an ocean or a river, but a single deep thought formed by glaciers. A kettle-hole lake so clear it feels like looking into the mind of the earth itself. Its waters hold the memory of immense ice, which melted away to leave this perfect bowl of stillness. The shoreline is a quiet mix of pine, oak, and ridge, a simple frame for the water it contains. In the early morning, mist drifts across the surface, blurring the line between lake and sky. Summer light filters through the trees, illuminating the sand and stones on the bottom. To walk here is to feel the echo of a deliberate pace, the ghost of an idea about solitude and living with intention. You can feel it in the air, the sense that someone chose to look closely at this one place and find an entire universe within it. You step onto the trail, and the city falls away. This is the Blue Hills Reservation, an island of ancient stone ringed by highways. The path climbs, winding over glacially smoothed granite through pitch pine and tough scrub oak. You are walking on the bones of the earth. The air changes. From the bare summit of Great Blue Hill, you see the Boston skyline shimmering in the distance, a world away. Hawks ride thermals just overhead. You follow the famed Skyline Trail, a rugged path that dips and climbs over Buck Hill and Chickasaw Butte, revealing sudden views in quiet corners, like the dark, boggy expanse of Ponkapoag Pond. The wind picks up. It carries the scent of summer heat on rock or the sharp cold of winter rime. You push on, past the stone walls of Elliott Tower, feeling the raw exposure. Subscribe now and set out on daring adventures through mountains, oceans, deserts, and untamed landscapes waiting to be explored. Climb a hill that feels ancient, its stone walls stitching woods to open meadow. This is Weir Hill, where twin ridges rise above the broad sweep of Lake Cochituic. You walk over glacially smoothed rock, following paths that wind between deep oak hickory woods and sunlit fields, the land held in quiet stewardship. The shoreline is fringed with cattails, red-winged blackbirds flashing through the reeds. In spring, vernal pools bubble with new life, while summer brings blueberries on the barrens and milkweed drawing in monarchs. Weather moves in from the Merrimack Valley, rolling over the lake and pushing the waves to shore. Under your feet, old stone walls disappear into the undergrowth. Above, open sky, the call of dusk owls, the scrape of wind-bent grass. Monarchs drift on the air, and the day edges into stillness. You stand on a modest hill, but you feel the breadth of water and the reach of long time all around you. You follow a trail that feels older than the trees. In Harold Parker's State Forest, you navigate a web of old cart roads and single-track paths that twist through glacially carved terrain. The ground heaves with drumlins and massive erratics, boulders left behind by retreating ice. The forest is a maze of possibilities. One path leads into a dark hemlock ravine, another through a stand of tall white pines where the ground is hushed by a carpet of needles. You lose the sound of the road. It's replaced by the call of a wood thrush, the groan of pond ice in winter, or the chorus of peepers in spring. The ponds here are peat dark, fry, field, sterns. An osprey circles over the water. You push through a thicket of mountain laurel and emerge at the edge of a beaver wetland, the landscape altered by unseen work. It's easy to feel briefly lost here. Then, a familiar granite outcrop or a trail junction brings you back. This is a place you learn to read, not with a map, but with your senses. You navigate by water and stone, letting the deep woods set the pace and show you the way forward. Some places are not made for comfort. They are scars on the landscape, raw and beautiful, demanding your full attention. Purgatory Chasm is one of them. This isn't a gentle valley or a rolling hill. It's a sudden, violent crack in the earth. A quarter-mile-long wound ripped through solid granite. To enter the chasm is to leave the familiar world behind. You descend into a realm of shadow and stone, where the walls rise 70 feet high, blotting out the sun. Down on the chasm floor, you navigate a chaotic jumble of colossal boulders, each one a remnant of that cataclysmic flood. The air grows still and cool, carrying the scent of damp earth and cold rock. Every step is a discovery, a negotiation with the terrain. You squeeze through the tight confines of Fat Man's Misery, a passage that tests your nerve, and stand in the echoing silence of formations known for generations as the Corn Crib and the Coffin. The chasm is a place of whispers and dark corners, a geology of myth. You climb the natural stone staircase to the Devil's Pulpit, a high perch overlooking the chaos below. It's a landscape that plays with scale, making you feel impossibly small against the sheer, unyielding power of stone. Beyond the main gorge, the story continues. The Chasm Loop Trail leads you along the rim, offering dizzying views down into the fissure. On Charlie's Loop, the woods hold their own secrets, a smaller, quieter echo of the main event known as Little Purgatory. The mood of this place is never static. In spring, snowmelt turns trickles into a roaring chorus that echoes off the walls. In the heat of summer, the deep fissures offer a profound, almost primal coolness. Autumn fills the chasm with a cascade of falling leaves, a silent, colorful rain. And in winter, it transforms again, draped in immense curtains of ice that freeze the waterfall solid, creating a palace of suspended time. You stand on the shore and see an inland ocean, a vast expanse of cold, clean water held in a bowl of granite hills. This is the Quabbin Reservoir. But you aren't just looking at water. You are looking at a landscape of memory, a valley drowned to quench a city's thirst. The forests here feel older, deeper. The silence is profound. You follow a path along a long peninsula, the wind picking up, turning the surface a steely blue. White pines and hemlocks frame the view. A loon calls, its cry echoing across the immense stillness. You see a bald eagle circling high above. In the woods, you might find an old stone wall that goes nowhere, ending abruptly at the water's edge, or a cellar hole overgrown with moss, the ghost of a forgotten town. This place is a paradox, a man-made wilderness. The water thunders over the spillways in spring, and ice locks the coves tight in winter. It's a place built by engineering, but it feels ancient and haunted. You feel the weight of what's beneath. This isn't just a reservoir, it's a whole valley, held in silence, memory, and water. Join us as we explore Earth's most beautiful secrets. Hit subscribe and never stop wandering. Some waterfalls you discover, others announce themselves. Long before you see Royalston Falls, you hear it, a low, insistent thunder that pulls you deeper into the woods. This isn't a gentle cascade. It's a singular, powerful statement. Here, the entire Tully River is squeezed into a dark, narrow gorge before it makes a dramatic 45-foot plunge. The air is heavy with spray, a constant mist that clings to the hemlocks and makes the basalt walls slick with moisture. Tannin-stained water, dark as coffee, explodes into white foam as it crashes into the cauldron-like pool below. You can see where centuries of floods have scoured deep kettle holes into the granite, evidence of a power that feels both ancient and immediate. It's a raw, almost violent place. The sound is more than just a noise. You feel it in your chest. A vibration that connects you to the sheer force of the water. This isn't a single towering waterfall. Doane's Falls is a story told in chapters, a place where the Lawrence Brook tumbles down a relentless, quarter-mile staircase of dark stone. The journey begins quietly, then gathers force, spilling over one granite ledge after another in a connected series of cascades. The air here is cool, thick with the scent of hemlock and damp earth. Tannin-stained water, the color of weak tea, swirls through deep, ice-scoured potholes before plunging into the next basin. It's a place of constant sound and motion. After a rain, the steady rush becomes a roar that fills the entire ravine. In between the furious drops, there are moments of calm, quiet pools where the water rests, gathering itself for the next fall. The falls are a testament to persistence. You can feel the immense span of time it took for this brook to carve its will into the bedrock, shaping a path with nothing but patience and gravity. You stand on a summit that shouldn't be here, a sugarloaf of ancient red rock rising abruptly from a flat, fertile valley. This is Mount Sugarloaf. From the sheer Aquinnah Cliffs, you look down on one of New England's most perfect sights. The great oxbow of the Connecticut River. You see the patient work of water, a river's idea made into land. Below, a patchwork of tobacco fields and farms stretches to the far bank, where the long spine of the Pocumtuck Range meets the sky. You watch morning fog pool in the valley, obscuring the bridge and road that thread through the landscape. The view is vast, elemental. Vultures and eagles ride thermals that rise from the sun-warmed cliffs, circling at eye level. You feel the wind. It carries the scent of turned earth in spring, the blaze of autumn color, or the hard, clean cold of winter. This is more than a viewpoint. It's a perch on the edge of geologic time. You are standing on a remnant hill, watching a river's slow, deliberate dream unfold below you. Fog clings to the upper ridge, softening every outline, your footsteps muffled in a world pared down to scent and sound. Damp bark, the tang of lichen, a flicker of birdsong in oak and birch. This is High Ledges, where the forest guards old stories and the path feels secret, held tight to thin, stubborn soil. Then the hush is broken by light. You push through the last stand of trees and are released onto the ledge. Down below, the Deerfield River carves a silver curve past Shelburne Falls. Ravens tumble in the updraft, their shadows gliding over sun-bleached stone. On a clear day, the distant blue of Mount Greylock and the Hoossacks anchors the horizon's long line. There's a quiet bench, half lost in wild blueberry and pine needles, where you pause. Watch the valley shift with seasons, a blush of warblers in spring. Ridges flaming as autumn arrives, winds sharpening everything in winter. Up here, you're balanced on brightness, the world of light and shadow moving far beneath your feet. Subscribe and journey with us to remote valleys, high peaks, and mysterious trails that most never dare to see. Not all mountains are ancient and rounded. Some are sharp, angular, and alive with energy. Mount Tom is one of them. This isn't a gentle hill, it's a spine of volcanic basalt, a knife-edge ridge that slices through the heart of the Pioneer Valley. To walk its trails is to feel the hard, durable trap rock warm in the sun, and to see how the world falls away from its sheer cliffs. This is the Metacomet Ridge, a place of sudden drama. You can stand on the summit or the exposed ledges of Whiting Peak and watch peregrine falcons ride the thermals rising from the valley floor. Below, the Connecticut River carves its famous oxbows through the landscape. From the fire tower on Goat Peak, you can trace the connected chain of the Holyoke Range, a serrated line of peaks known as the Seven Sisters. The forest here is tough, a mix of oak, hickory, and pitch pine clinging to the rocky soil. The light here is everything. It ignites the cliff faces at sunset, turning the dark rock into a wall of fire. And at night, from a high lookout, the valley transforms into a galaxy of scattered lights. In the quiet of the Tyringham Valley, you find a conversation written on the land. It begins in the hushed elegance of Ashintully Gardens, where stone walls frame long views and sculptural hedges define outdoor rooms. The only sound is the measured music of water in narrow rills and wind whispering through meadow grass. High on the slope, the white marble ruins of a Gilded Age mansion stand like a ghost in the trees, a memory of what was. But from this place of order, you feel a pull, a call to ascend. You leave the garden behind and climb. The path to Tyringham Cobble goes straight up a steep meadow, over glacially smoothed bedrock. Then you are on top, standing on its twin domes with the wind whipping around you. Hawks ride the thermals over the valley floor. Below, the same quiet fields are stitched together by stone walls. You are standing between two worlds, the composed grace of the garden and the raw energy of the ridge. It is a place that holds order and wildness in perfect balance, with you right in the middle. Some places don't shout, they whisper. The Berkshires are one of them. This isn't a single peak or a specific coastline, but a vast and rolling expanse of earth in western Massachusetts, a landscape of quiet, patient power. You feel it before you truly see it, a change that happens slowly as the highways give way to stone-walled back roads that twist and climb through deep forests. The story of this place is written in its high ridges. It's in the ancient, rounded spine of Mount Greylock, the highest point in the state, where the wind blows with a different voice. It's felt on the exposed granite of Monument Mountain and along the knife-edge trail of Mount Race. From the summits of Mount Everett and Saddleball, the world unfolds in a silent panorama of ridgelines stepping back, one after another, fading into a hazy blue horizon. These hills hold the deep woods of October Mountain and Beartown State Forest, places where the modern world feels a world away. Down in the valleys, life follows the water. The Housatonic River winds its way south, a silver thread connecting everything. Mornings, you can watch mist rise from its surface, filling hollows like Tyringham Cobble with a soft, white silence. That same water settles, finding peace in the glassy stillness of Onota Lake and Pontusic Lake at dawn. It reflects the sky in the Stockbridge Bowl and Laurel Lake, and hides in the quiet coves of Goose Pond and Lake Garfield. But water here is also a force of magnificent destruction. It thunders down the ancient gorge of Bashbish Falls, a violent, beautiful spectacle that splits itself on a central boulder. It steps more gracefully, but no less persistently, over the tiered ledges at Aquinnah Falls and Umpachine Falls. It carves its way down the mossy inclines of Racebrook Falls and gathers force at Glendale Falls before making a final, churning plunge. Each waterfall is a monument to gravity, a steady, timeless rhythm carved into stone. Tucked into the folds of these hills are towns that seem to have grown from the landscape itself. Stockbridge, Lenox, Great Barrington. They are places of quiet culture where world-class music and art found a home, drawn by the same silence that inspired writers for generations. The old mill towns of North Adams and Williamstown are anchored to the rivers that once powered them, reminders of an industrial past now softened by time. This is a land defined by light, It's in the way it dapples through a canopy of maple and beech, and how it catches the spray from Campbell Falls. It's in the golden hour that sets the hills on fire in autumn. And later, it's in the breathtaking reveal of a universe of cold, sharp stars seen from a Notch Road pull-off on Greylock. So clear and profound, it feels like you could fall upward into the sky. The Berkshires do not demand your attention. They don't scream for it. Instead, they invite you to slow down, to watch, to listen. They teach you to move at a different pace, the pace of the hills and the light. The steady, patient rhythm of water finding its way home. From the quiet drama of Menemsha Hills at sunset to the deep woods of Harold Parker State Forest, Massachusetts reveals its soul not in a single vista, but in 1,000 moments of discovery. This is a story told in the patient thunder of Doane's Falls and the relentless rush of Royalston Falls, where water carves permanence from stone. You feel its pulse at World's End, where sculpted drumlins meet the sea. And along the winding trails of the Norris Reservation, where the North River bends toward the horizon. It's a narrative of both grand scale and intimate detail, found in the surprising serenity of Hathaway's Pond and the sharp, volcanic spine of Mount Tom. Massachusetts is a reminder that nature is not still. It breathes, it changes, it endures. Every horizon tells a story of time and transformation, of a world sculpted by patience and power. The same forces that once carved mountains, shaped valleys, and lifted coastlines still move quietly beneath our feet. Here, beauty doesn't ask to be seen, it simply exists. In every sunrise that breaks the fog, in every leaf that falls, in every wave that dissolves into the shore. And when the light fades and silence returns, you understand? This land isn't just something you witness, it's something you feel. Because the true wonder of Massachusetts isn't just in what meets the eye, it's in the way it stays with you long after you've gone.